The Israeli army has just shot down a fifth Hamas gunman after he began firing at troops on the Gazan border as he attempted to sneak into Israel. The fresh round of fighting comes just a day after the IDF said it killed 4 heavily armed Palestinians who were attempting to cross the border with weapons. All of this comes a mere week after a Palestinian gunman managed to wound 3 soldiers on the border before being killed. Israeli soldiers opened fire on 4 former Hamas terrorists yesterday after one of them began to scale the border fence. A hand grenade was thrown at the Israeli troops during the clash, but none of the soldiers were injured. The 4 Gazan fighters were later found to have been armed with AK-47 rifles, rocket-propelled grenades, hand grenades, hunting knives, and bolt cutters. All 4 were wearing military uniforms and were also equipped with food and a medical kit. The Hamas leaders of the Gaza Strip are condemning their killing, but have not taken responsibility for the fighters' attempted attack on Israel. Shortly after their infiltration attempt, Israeli jets allegedly targeted an outpost operated by Hamas in the central Gaza Strip. Back on August 1st, a Palestinian man in a Hamas uniform sneaked across the Gaza-Israel border and opened fire on 3 soldiers. He managed to wound them before he was shot and killed in return fire, and Hamas also didn't take responsibility for his actions. Nonetheless, the IDF holds a terror group responsible for any violence that emanates from the Gaza Strip. This latest flare-up of violence comes as organizers of Friday's weekly Palestinian protests on the Israel-Gaza border were called off because of the upcoming Muslim holiday of Eid al-Adha, which begins on Sunday. Last week, an estimated 6,000 Gazans took part in the protests.